Boarding School Murder Mystery, Part 5. Previously on Boarding School Murder Mystery, Gwen finally arrived at Whisperen Academy, 10 days late, 1 scholarship short, and a lifetime behind everyone else. Her welcome? A full school slideshow presentation titled Pity the Poor Mississippi Girl, courtesy of Headmistress Bullock, complete with black and white photos of Depression-era children riding mules. By breakfast, everyone already knew her name, her face, and the tragic backstory she didn't actually have. Between being treated like a humanitarian project, getting told how to flush a toilet, and discovering that California healthy lunches include alfalfa sprouts, Gwen barely survived day 1. Still, she managed to find a few bright spots. A perfect Persian breakfast, a potential friend in SEMA, and a Sunday at the snack shack that made life worth living again. As lights went out in her new dorm, Gwen decided she'd just have to survive Whisperen Academy one humiliating adventure at a time. Tomorrow, actual classes. What could possibly go wrong? Just about everything. Chapter 5. Winning in the Laundry Room, Failing Everywhere Else, by Glory Fink. Today was my first real day at school at Whisperen Academy, and I'm already convinced nobody likes me, especially the teachers. The day started before the sun. I didn't even know people could wake up that early on purpose. Bells rang, doors slammed, and someone yelled, 10 minutes to inspection, and I thought maybe there was a fire drill. Nope. Just regular morning panic. I tried to look like someone who belonged here. I made my bed twice. Once the normal way, and then once the boarding school way, which involves tucking and pulling and flattening until the mattress looks like it's suffocating under its own sense of discipline. I brushed my hair until it was mostly obeying gravity. Tied my tie wrong 3 times and finally got the uniform to look acceptable-ish. Apparently not acceptable enough. Right before assembly, this girl with perfect posture and a nasal voice that could slice glass, one of the prefects of doom, stopped me in the hallway. She said, "Your shirt sleeves need ironing. Arm creases are mandatory." Me. "My arms bend, though. Won't that ruin the creases?" Her. Did not laugh. She told me to go back upstairs and fix it before morning prayers. I was halfway to panicking when Talia, my resident dorm assistant, appeared like an exhausted guardian angel. Talia. "It's Gwen's first day. Cut her some slack." Prefect. Frown so severe it could dent metal. Me. Mouth. "Thank you." Talia winked and whispered, "You'll learn eventually." So I made it to assembly. Barely. The benches were hard, the prayers were long, and I kept thinking about how back home in Mississippi we only prayed before lunch, not before math. Everyone else sang the school hymn like they'd been doing it since birth. I mumbled along and hoped the floor wouldn't open up and swallow me for missing a verse. Honestly, would have been fine with that, actually. Then came classes. The teachers all had that same tight smile, the one that says, "We're being polite, but it's policy." They didn't shout, but they didn't exactly see me either. Except for one, Mr. Grunfeld, a.k.a. Mr. Grumpy. He teaches social studies, misleading title. He seems allergic to both society and studying. When I walked in, he looked up from his attendance sheet and sighed like I was an overdue library book. He actually said out loud in front of everyone, "Oh, the late scholarship girl." Then added, "They've already finalized my class roster. I suppose we'll have to make adjustments." That word, adjustment, sounded like a punishment. I wanted to disappear under my desk and live there forever, with the dust and gum wrappers. He gave me a seat way in the back, which might be code for exile. The class stared like I just ruined their ecosystem. Maybe I had. By the end of the day, I was completely wrung out. Every smile felt like an uphill climb. Everyone already had friends, inside jokes, and shared trauma from the first 10 days I missed. I was the echo that arrived too late to matter. So before dinner, I slipped outside for air. I ended up sitting by one of the basement windows, listening to the hum of something mechanical below. The glass was foggy, my mood also foggy. Then, out of nowhere, a voice floated up from the shadows. "If you're going to mope out there, at least do it somewhere warm." I nearly jumped out of my skin. The voice was Rains, the school handyman with the bright orange pumpkin van. He told me to come down and meet his friend. The basement stairs creaked, the air smelled like steam and lavender detergent. The laundry room glowed yellow, half cozy, half haunted. That's where I met Mrs. Ruhia Himadi, folding sheets with the grace of a linen sorceress. She had a scarf tied around her hair, and her hands moved like she'd been folding since time began. She offered me tea that tasted faintly of cardamom and kindness. Rain was fixing a pipe nearby and teased, "You look like you lost a duel with a textbook." He was right. They didn't ask about my lateness or my scholarship or why I looked like I might cry. They didn't care how I folded the towels, which I did wrong, very dramatically. They just let me be. Rain said, "Nobody likes anyone on their first day. Whisperen tradition." Mrs. Himadi said softly, "It's not your fault the world doesn't always wait for kind girls to catch up." She's the first person here to say that to me, that it wasn't my fault. I think I'll remember it forever. When I left, my hands smelled like clean linen, and the school didn't feel quite so cruel. Maybe I don't belong everywhere here, but I belong somewhere, even if it's the basement. In my sketchbook tonight, I drew Rain, the friendly laundry ghost, haunting the dryers, holding a wrench. Mrs. Himadi, queen of the blankets, defender of the lonely. Talia, dorm angel with coffee cup and zero patience for snobs. And me, smaller, smiling a little, surrounded by warm air and soft sheets. Nobody likes me, except maybe the ones who actually see me. I just have to survive this place while I find where I belong. And I could definitely do that. Good luck, Gwen. Coming soon, Chapter 6, Dawn Prayers and the Man Who Wasn't There. Gwen swears she saw Mr. Grumpy at dawn, alive and trudging along the misty shoreline in his rumpled coat, muttering to himself like always. Except, was he? And why is she the only one who saw him? There's a chill coming off the lake, and Whisperen Academy's secrets are starting to stir. Thanks for tagging along with Chapter 5. From epic laundry room triumphs to academic disasters of equally epic proportions, Gwen's slowly learning that surviving Whisperen Academy requires more than clean socks and southern charm. The mystery's creeping closer, and so is whatever's walking by the lake at dawn. Catch Gwen's Chaos and Sadie Cohen Bounty Hunter 2 wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and beyond. If you've ever felt like an underdog who can at least fold a mean fitted sheet, you can tap the heart button, leave a comment. Gwen will totally overanalyze it between classes. Toss a coin in the snack fund, haunted quarters accepted, on Ko-fi, Venmo, and Cash App. Your support keeps indie storytelling caffeinated, chaotic, and very slightly haunted. Stay tuned for Chapter 6, Dawn Prayers and the Man Who Wasn't There at Glorious Magazine, gloryfink.substack.com. Stay connected with the Coffee Bunny Crafters Cafe. Subscribe for cozy chaos, creative magic, and behind-the-scenes updates at coffeebunny.substack.com. And you can find me, Glory Fink, on social media, on Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, and Threads. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.